Taking a quick detour from the No More Heroes 3 video, don't worry, the script's all done, I just need to do the editing. I was kindly given a review copy by Sega themselves for the latest game in the Super Monkey Ball series, Banana Mania. Thanks very much for that. I finally reached this point with my channel, hooray! Dealing with the big boys.
Now, this is actually a compilation of the first 3 Super Monkey Balls, that being the first Super Monkey Ball and Super Monkey Ball 2 for the GameCube, as well as Super Monkey Ball Deluxe for the PS2 and Xbox, which was already a collection of Monkey Ball 1 and 2 with some extra levels, so I guess Banana Mania is more like an enhanced remake of that. The series has now been around for 20 years, so packaging a bunch of classic Monkey Ball levels, bumping up the graphics, and putting them on modern consoles is a pretty decent way to celebrate. This is good for me because I actually don't have that much experience with the Monkey Ball games. I used to own Banana Blitz for the Wii back when it came out before eventually selling it, and it wasn't too bad from what I remember. I haven't played it in a long time, though it did get an HD version on Switch not too long ago, so maybe I should go through it again sometime. If there was one Monkey Ball game I did play a lot of as a kid, however, it was Super Monkey Ball Jr. for the Game Boy Advance. It is by no means the be-all and end-all of Monkey Ball games, and while using a D-pad isn't ideal for a 3D space, nor do the pseudo 3D graphics provide the best depth perception, this is damn impressive for the Game Boy Advance. I'm going into Banana Mania as a newcomer to the GameCube games anyway, so I'm gonna see if someone like me can get into them in this little anthology of sorts. Banana Mania's story mode follows the plot of Super Monkey Ball 2, where the evil Dr. Badboon steals the monkey's hoard of bananas and you have to get them back before, I don't know, he turns them into delicious banana bread. If you've played Monkey Ball 2, you may immediately notice a severe downgrade with the cutscenes. Beforehand, it was all done in 3D, and the monkeys had lines of dialogue while having that monkey speak. Yeah, I'm coining that now. In Banana Mania, it's all done as kind of a slideshow, which honestly I think even porting over the original cutscenes would have been better. It's all primitive to say the least, and probably one of the weakest aspects of Banana Mania. I know story's not usually the major selling point of a Monkey Ball game, but I think even this feels a bit lazy. The gameplay itself is your standard Monkey Ball affair, where you twist and turn the stage to guide your monkey and a ball towards the goal. The levels start off pretty easy, but as you go through the game, you'll be faced with more and more obstacles and gimmicks. Reaching the goal can be pretty tricky in later stages just on its own, but the real challenge is trying to do that while also collecting every banana in the level and still making it to the end within the incredibly short time limit. It's very easy to fall off the stage, whether it's from losing control or the hazards you come across, but there are no lives in Banana Mania, and respawning is fairly quick. Altogether, there's at least 300 stages to tackle, including extra challenge maps once you finish the story mode. I'm not kidding as well when I say the stages get progressively harder. In fact, the difficulty curve in this collection is extremely steep. I always thought I just sucked at Monkey Ball games as a kid, but now I'm not so sure. Banana Mania starts kicking your ass as soon as the second story area, with holes aplenty, an obsession with tight catwalks, and a lot of things that can push you away or come down and crush you. Oh, whoops, I mean phase through the floor. Granted, things do smooth out a little bit later on, but it may require some perseverance to get there. Banana Mania does offer a helper function though, which not only gives you more time to complete the stage and the ability to slow down the level at the push of a button, but you're also provided the most optimal path to get to the goal. It doesn't show you how to efficiently get all the bananas though, and your clear time won't be recorded since you didn't do it yourself. I don't have a problem with the existence of the helper function, but I do wish the game didn't prompt me to use it so often, as if it doesn't trust I can clear the stage myself and it's like, alright, look, just let me do it. It may not also help you when it comes to unlocking the in-game achievements, where a lot of them ask you to complete the stages through certain means, rewarding you with monkey points to spend at the shop via the main menu. Most of it is purely for cosmetics, including various costumes and accessories for the characters to wear, different graphical styles like sepia tone, retweak classic stages in several game modes, a number of filters and expressions to use for this game's photo mode, and a range of extra characters to play as in addition to Sega consoles. Yeah, you can just control a Dreamcast or something and it doesn't roll with the ball. It's pretty funny, but I think I'll mostly stick with the special guest Sega characters. Unsurprisingly, there's Sonic the Hedgehog and Miles Tails Prower, but there's also Beat from Jet Set Radio, Kazuma Kiryu from the Yakuza series, that one was a great inclusion for me. And throughout the next month, we'll be getting extra DLC characters. First up is Hello Kitty, then it'll be Suezo from Monster Rancher, which I've never heard of personally, and finally we'll get Morgana from Persona 5, which, you know, I've heard a few things about. Some of this is part of the digital deluxe edition I was sent, so stuff like the classic skins and the Sega consoles aren't available from the get-go. That's all unfortunately paid for separately. There isn't any difference between the characters though, they all still play the same way, but I do like the small detail of how the bananas turn into the respective items within their games. For Sonic and Tails it's obviously going to be rings, and for Kiryu he's got staminans. It's a nice touch. The most expensive thing to buy at the store would be the returning jump ability from Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. It's totally optional whether or not you use it, and it's possible to break some of the levels with it, but again, it doesn't record your time after finishing the level. Shame though, because it might be fun to just exploit the jumping so that the game's physics aren't fighting me as much. I found they can be a bit weird in some levels, not a lot of them, and I don't know if it's because of the newer engine, but I had a harder time with some stages than I probably should have. I spent way too long trying to do this one with launchers. The idea is to have them boost you up a tall pillar and go through the goal, but with Banana Mania's current physics, it's nearly impossible to have any sort of control as to where you're gonna go, and with the camera also being unnecessarily restrictive, it's more difficult to get a grasp of your surroundings than it really ought to be. I didn't even notice I was going out of bounds a lot of the time until the game notified me. Another example is actually in the same set of levels where you need to move fast enough to beat these tilting seesaws. For whatever reason, no matter how far away or how close you are to the edges, it's almost like you get sucked into the bottomless pit against your will. This level requires some tight cornering too, which the balls aren't really mobile enough to do, and if you're trying to nab all the bananas on top of that, that just makes your experience even more frustrating. From the levels I have played of the original 2 GameCube Monkey Balls while gathering footage for this video, the controls felt immediately tighter to me and the physics didn't screw me over too much. I know it probably looks like I'm sucking at the game, but maneuvering the balls is really a lot harder than it looks. I'm hoping this can all be fixed with patches someday, but let me stress that what's here for the most part is still perfectly enjoyable, just probably not what you're used to. It did unfortunately get so bad with those particular levels I mentioned, however, that I had to mark them as cleared and return later, with the game leaving an unfriendly reminder as a consequence. This helped me finish the story mode faster so I could get this video out more quickly, but veterans likely won't want to abuse it. There's always the party mode making a reappearance if you want to de-stress yourself for a little while and compete with friends, though the mini-games we have here range from being passable to kinda uninspired and boring. None of them are awful, they're just nothing too special. Monkey Target is once again probably the best of the bunch, though the flight controls are now incredibly sensitive. You have to delicately move the left analog stick to maintain your altitude, and I mean really delicately. You do any more than that and you're gonna go down faster than the remains these monkeys probably fling. The single player is the real meat of the game anyway, and by all means pick up Banana Mania if you're either a returning player or new to the series. It's arguable whether or not this is the definitive way to play levels from Monkey Ball 1, 2, and Deluxe, but the amount of stages there are to go through is staggering as it is. You'll be busy for some time, and despite its issues, Banana Mania offers plenty of that Sega arcade goodness we've known for the past few decades. It was great to see Super Monkey Ball back in action after being away for so long, and hopefully if this does well enough we'll see a brand new Monkey Ball with original levels. If Banana Mania looks good to you, it's available on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, Series S, Switch, and PCs.
Once again, thanks very much to Sega and the folks at Gotaku Studio for providing me a copy, and good luck with any future projects. We just had Lost Judgment come out, I wouldn't mind having a look at that as well. I'll hopefully see you all next time anyway, as we finally review No More Heroes 3 as promised, and afterwards we'll return to the Fire Emblem Marathon with Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Until then, thanks everyone for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourselves. Thanks very much for watching No, that's not right. Until then, thanks very... I'll hopefully see you all next and then we'll return to the Tokyo Mirage...